Imagine a war, no bombs, no soldiers, no tanks. Yet trillions of dollars move like missiles every single day. Currencies rise and fall, sanctions destroy economies overnight. Trade routes shift like battle lines, and the three biggest superpowers are fighting this war right now. United States European Union this isn't a military war. This is the global financial war, and most people don't even know it is happening. But the outcome of this silent battle will decide which currency rules the world, which economies dominate the future, and who controls global wealth. Let's break down the battlefield. Chapter 1. The king of money. For nearly 80 years, one country has controlled the global financial system. The United States. After World War II, America built a powerful system that made its currency the center of global trade. The US dollar became the world's reserve currency. Today, over 60% of global reserves are held in dollars. Oil is mostly traded in dollars. International trade uses the US banking system. This means something incredibly powerful. If America wants, it can cut countries off from the global financial system. And that's where financial weapons come in. Chapter 2. The sanctions weapon. Strongest financial weapon today isn't missiles. It's sanctions. When the United States imposes sanctions, banks around the world must follow them. Because if they don't, they lose access to the US dollar system. One famous example was when the US restricted countries from using SWIFT, the global banking network. SWIFT connects 11,000 plus banks worldwide. Being removed from it is like being kicked out of the global economy. Countries suddenly cannot send international payments, trade, easily access global finance. This turns money into a geopolitical weapon, and other powers are watching very carefully. Chapter 3. Europe's quiet power. Many people underestimate the European Union, but Europe controls something extremely valuable. The euro. The euro is the second most powerful currency in the world. Europe dominates global industries like luxury branch tech manufacturing. A totem exports bankities like Frankfurt, Paris. Historically connected are major financial hubs, but Europe faces a problem. It depends heavily on US financial systems, global trade, stability, energy imports, which means Europe often gets caught between two giants, America and China. Chapter 4. China's long domino enters the third player. The rising giant China. China understood something years ago. As long as the US dollar dominates, America holds massive power. So China started building its own financial ecosystem. Step by step, slowly, strategically. Move 1. The Belt and Road. China launched one of the largest economic projects in history, the Belt and Road Initiative. Trillions of dollars invested in ports, railways, roads, and pipeline. Sacris. Aside for Korafaith, Middle East. More than 140 countries joined. But this wasn't just infrastructure, it was financial influence. Many of these projects are funded by Chinese banks, which slowly ties countries to China's financial system. Move 2. The digital currency. China is also building the future of money. While most countries are still experimenting, China launched the digital yuan. This government-backed digital currency eventually allowed China to bypass traditional banking systems, meaning no SWIFT, no US banking control, just direct digital payments between countries. If widely adopted, this could challenge the dollar system. Chapter 5. The trade war. Tensions eventually exploded. In 2018, the United States and China entered a massive trade war. Tariffs were placed on hundreds of billions of dollars worth of goods. Products affected included technologists were forced to rethink supply chains. Factories moved, global trade patterns shifted. And suddenly the world realized the biggest economies were financially battling each other. Chapter 6. The technology battlefield. But money isn't the only weapon. Technology is the new battlefield. The US restricts certain advanced technologies from reaching Chinese companies. One famous example involves Huawei. The US banned Huawei from using certain American technologies, citing national security concerns. At the same time, China is investing billions to become independent in a semiconductor and computing-based technology base in the future. The country controlling technology plus finance will dominate the world economy. Chapter 7. The currency war. Another silent battle is happening in currency markets. Every major power wants its currency to be used globally. Because when your currency dominates, you gain massive advantages. For example, if the United States prints more dollars, the world absorbs the impact. But if smaller countries print money, their currency collapses. That's the power of reserve currency status. China wants the yuan to challenge the dollar. Europe wants the euro to grow stronger. And the global currency race is heating up. Chapter 8. The future financial system. No experts believe the future world may not have one dominant currency. Instead, it could become a multipolar financial system, where power is shared between the US dollar, euro, Chinese yuan, each dominating different regions. For example, America leading the Americas, Europe dominating parts of Africa, and Europe, China controlling trade across Asia. This would completely reshape global economics. Final chapter. The silent war continue. Here's the scary part. This financial war is happening every single day. Trillions of dollars move through markets. Central banks make strategic decisions. Sanctions reshape economies. Technology determines future dominance, but most people never see it. Because there are no explosions, no battlefields. Just currency markets, trade agreements, financial systems. At the stakes are enormous. Whoever wins this silent war could control the global economy for the next 100 years. And the question remains, will the United States keep its financial empire? Will China rise to challenge it? Or will the European Union reshape the balance of power? One thing is certain, the war has already begun. And the world is watching.